The drawer systems coming in next. The roof rack. So there's still a fair whack to go in the second part of this build. But you did flip me out, mate, when you started drilling a hole in the roof.
Yeah, it's never fun drilling holes in nice new cars.
Okay, it starts the build on the 300. We're going to be heading to McCormax next, but first things first, we've come down here to the Gold Coast, our hometown, to catch up with a good mate, Clayton, who actually owns and operates Gold Coast Wraps, and these guys do most of the industry's, the bigger brands' vehicles as far as wrapping them and making them look schmick. Yeah, I'm going to get Clayton to talk us through what he's doing with the 300 because it's a step up, not only in the vehicle, but also in what we've decided to do with the design and also a little bit of extra attention. So how you going, mate? Good to see you.
Not too bad. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Mate, this absolutely looks amazing. And of course, your design.
Well, not my design. It's guys from, Toyota back in the 70s. But we wanted to make it a bit more unique to you guys and a bit more modern. So going with the monotone colours, taming it down so it's not that browns and the reds. It is in fashion at the moment now, but just nice and clean lines.
Well, I love it. I think Kate's going to love it too. It's not over the top. I think that's what we wanted, to keep
100%, yeah.
Still looking sharp.
And then we've actually gone over it with body fence paint protection film. So that means that you can scratch it, hit it up in the bush, and it's going to look good for years to come. Also helps with, the edges of the stickers not getting damaged when it gets cleaned, things like that. We've gone all the way around the edges, taken the door handles out so that we can get in there and we've got no ugly joins. A lot of people will pull up short on all your edges, and what you find as soon as you go out west, you've got these ugly red lines around all the edge of your paintwork. So this should look schmick for, the next 10 years.
Okay, and the big question, is it easier to clean?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. So it's hydrophobic. I do have some water here. So we've done this door, but we haven't done the driver's door. So when you see the water beating off it, and then that one, the water doesn't. So.
Okay, so yet to do the passenger door, obviously, but.
Yeah. So you've got bars going on there, so we didn't have to do the rear. Yeah, we do pull a lot of these parts off. So things like these trims that are easy to come off, the flares. What we find is a lot of dust, even though they're brand new cars, they sit out at the warehouses and on the ships on the way over, and they have all dust coming in. So we spend a lot of time cleaning them. So that's where, when you say it's expensive to get the paint protection film, there's a lot of time in actually preparing the vehicles and putting it down and finishing it off.
Katie and I, we were juggling up, is it worth it? But it really ends up cheap insurance.
Yes. Yeah. So, it's a catch-22. It's like when I put rock sliders on my wife's car. She says, you don't need them. What do you need them for? You don't need a winch. You don't need that. The first day I took it out, it was on the rock sliders and we needed the winch. So I'm like, they just paid for themselves. So it's not until you need it that you need it.
Well, that's important to us too. We've certainly never gone into a vehicle at this level. So to know that we can, pay that little bit extra to protect it now for down the track, pretty important, worth it.
Yeah, and even saving on insurance claims and things like that. We've had some where we'll just replace a guard because they've scratched it too bad, and then it's it's with us. It's a couple of $100 to fix the panel, and you only lost your car for a day or two. Where if you go to the panel shop, they want it for a week, and it's just going to blow out costs. So.
Awesome. Well, we'll be back tomorrow morning to see the finished product and pick it up. Thanks again, mate.
No worries.
All right, I've got my eyes shut.
Okay, go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. Wow, Katie. Love it? Look at this. You. Thank you to the guys at McCormax. They give me a little bit of a loaner vehicle because we've got the 300 in here. We'll go and have a look. Nice and early. Swear to God. How come these guys start so early? It's a good thing. Righto, we're going to show you through part 1 of the build. Now, you can see down there, it's hard to believe, but 60 hours of work already gone into this. We're going to have a chat with Jakey. He's down there, he's already on the broom. And show you in the back of the vehicle, really what we're calling part 1 of the build. But we'll hear from the guys that are actually doing the work, and we're going to have a chat with Bodie as well. I'm very fortunate they've let me set up shop here, which means that I can do a little bit of editing and still film and get it all sorted. All right, let's do it. Okay, here we go. Just got a word from Jakey that he's ready to start what I'm referring to as the second part of the build. So the first part's done. Jake, good to see you.
Good to see you too, mate. How are you?
So good, and wow. I mean, when you look at that, there's a lot going on there.
Certainly is, mate. There's plenty going on here.
And,
plenty of accessory-wise and everything you're going to need.
Yeah, look, it really is that more. When you see it like this, you realise just the amount of hours and time that you put in to a build like this. So we're going to talk you through exactly what we've done, how we've utilised the space in the back of it's a GXL 300 series. Yep. And so I know there's different models that'll give you different amount of space, but I think this has probably given us the best amount of space because it was a 7-seater, now it's a 5-seater. But talk us through pretty well from the get-go what it is that you've done here, mate. Maybe starting with what we did as far as getting us tow ready first.
Yep, so when first brought it in, to get it tow ready, you need your Anderson plug, electric brakes, and your safety Dave camera system, which is all mounted down on the tow bar there with all of our trailer plugs. That way you're ready to go, safe. You can see behind the van when you're travelling.
Yeah, we just think it's a must having a reverse camera now that we've travelled with one.
Yes.
Now, when we're getting into the back here, there is almost 60 hours of labour already. Now, a lot of this you fabricated yourself, mate. MSA have certainly, they've got their fixtures ready for the draw system, but everything else in there you've been able to do. Amazing.
Yeah.
Talk us through pretty well what's happened in the back here.
Well, there's a lot going on, as you can see already. And the idea behind all of this is to optimise all of our storage, keeping all of our storage as much as we can down the sides of the drawers, the rear, on top, anything we can to not have to take up all that room when you are living on the road full time. So we tried our best to get everything underneath the drawers, all of our compressors, our battery systems, inverters, and all of our electrical panels. That way it is all hidden.
Yeah.
There is still accessibility with the drawers out, so we can remove certain components if we need to, if there is issues.
Yeah. Look, this is really a set and forget sort of system. The way you've done it, mate, I called you the artist in a good way the other day, didn't I? Because it's just blown me away. Your attention to detail is phenomenal. But let's talk about some of the products that we've chosen. We've obviously got our lithium batteries. We've had the power up system here from McCormax before, but we had a Slimline 220 in the 79. This is a little bit different, but still give us the same amount of power.
So it is slightly different in a sense that it still uses the same batteries. They are just in conjunction mounted all in the same holding brackets. I make my own brackets, put them together to fit underneath the drawers to give you good power, reliability, everything we need out of this. And these are two individual 110 amp hour lithiums, great for power. It'll do everything that you want as far as keeping the car sustainable in its own, separate from any other caravan setup or anything that you have like that.
Okay, and then tried and trusted Redarc. We love, supporting Aussie companies again down there in South Australia. I love that you can call them if you need to troubleshoot and you get to speak to an Aussie. It's always good.
Right. It's always the best. Redarc are great quality, and like you said, Australian made, Australian business. Always find that they're really reliable for their stuff. Yeah. Which is what you need.
Yeah, exactly. Now we've stuck with ARB on their twin compressor. We have also put in here the air tank. which
Yes.
really for what we're doing just gives you that extra bit of air, obviously a little bit of extra oomph.
Yeah, it certainly does. The idea of having the air tank there is for when you are initially connecting that tyre to it. It's got a lot more build-up of air and pressure, so it gives you a good hit to the tyre to take the load away from the compressor to try and help it along.
Okay, well, fantastic. And then Victron, a product that we haven't used for a few years actually, but they make great product as well. But this is their solar regulator. Can you tell us a little bit about that, mate?
Yep, so it's a 100 volt, 20 amp solar regulator, an MPPT, which is the best that you want. Gives you the most regulation out of your panels to give you as much amperage as you can to charge those batteries back up while you're on the move. So that way you're getting solar from your roof if you've got a panel on your roof, as well as the charge from the car to really pick it up as quick as it can.
And with this setup, we've also opted to run an additional Anderson plug out the back here, out the tailgate, so that I can put in a blanket if I'm, say, parked in the shade and I want to be able to get the sun out there on those hot days.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what you want. You want the car to be put away in the shade, so it's not heating your fridge up, not heating your stuff up, and then you can just plug in at the rear, run it out to the sun, and you don't have to worry that the one on the roof isn't giving you the most optimal performance.
Yeah.
Because the one you plugged in at the rear, run out in the sun, is taking over and doing it for you.
Love it. Now, on the compressor, we've got a couple of points that we've decided to put in. One in the back here, part of the MSA draw system. But I also wanted one on the outside of the vehicle so that I didn't have to open up the tailgate as well.
So we've run all our air lines, all feeding from the ARB compressor and air tank, running down to the tow bar area, and the compressor is switched, and it has the ability to switch via Bluetooth as well, just to make that seal of the car a lot better when you're airing out with people coming past you on the dirt roads.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to open the vehicle, turn the switch on, then plug in. It is all able to be done external of the car.
I love that. And that switch is really being driven by me on my mobile phone.
That's right.
Through something that we haven't had here before. These
Yes.
little fellas back here from Garmin. Tell us about them.
Yeah, the Garmin power switches. Great little bit of gear. All Bluetooth. They do have switch buttons on top of them for if there ever is an issue with the Bluetooth side of things, the connectivity. They are all preset 30 amp outputs on them, so they automatically reset if you do have an issue. It will send you a notification saying there is something wrong with that outlet and we've shut it off. And then it will, once it's turned off, it'll reset itself and it's good to go again. But if there's an issue, it will just keep letting you know that there is a problem and that you can have a look at something like that. And on your app, it will also tell you how much your circuit is drawing at the base of the app when you turn that circuit on.
Super clever.
Oh, it's a great bit of gear, mate.
And I love that you were, you know, forward thinking and smart enough to actually put it on a little rail slider there. So once that, I guess the 60-40 split, the 40 seat is up, because Jasper's now sitting in the middle so we don't have to move his booster or anything. I'll be able to slide that out and access it if need be.
Yeah, so that was the idea that we came up with, to have it underneath the drawers for that idea of storage again. Like you said, with the seat folded up, you can still pull it out, gain access to it if there is ever an issue with anything in relating to the vehicle.
Yeah, it certainly looks incredibly schmick. It's very tight. You didn't have a lot of room, but you used every inch.
We certainly did, and we tried to make it so that we didn't actually have to put any additional holes into the vehicle as well to mount all of this stuff. It all either picks up off the MSA bracketry that is on here and existing bolt holes in the floor.
But also, if I change vehicles, I mean, you've literally made this a module. I could lift it out.
Yeah, so we've tried to do that with this build, which we try and do on a lot of our builds, is make the drawers and all of these systems modular so that we can just disconnect and lift the whole thing out.
Wow.
To go from vehicle to vehicle, or if there's an issue, it all comes out as one.
Yeah, no, really fantastic. A couple other things I just thought of. This little JBA switch up here, love that. That's perfect, mate.
Oh, it's great for it. It's got the mosquito light, the amber in it, and the white light for when you just have the drawers out, or you don't have the drawers out and fridge out, anything like that, you can see into it at night.
Love it. Now, we've also put on MSA's power mirrors, which we've had on our 79, but they weren't the power fold ones, so that's a nice inclusion.
Oh, it's great capabilities of them all. Power fold in, rotating, extending, gives you all the view you need with the Caravan.
Yeah, for towing, they are the best mirrors. We love that.
Definitely.
Now, we're going to get the bar work and the drawer systems coming in next. The roof rack. So there's still a fair whack to go in the second part of this build, but you did flip me out, mate, when you started drilling a hole in the roof.
Yeah, it's never fun drilling holes in nice new cars, because I don't personally like it myself either, but it's the best seal and aesthetically pleasing as to big ugly running cables up windscreens and coming them out the door jams and stuff like that. So it is a great little feature that does look great. They're all colour coded to the car, so they don't stand out in your face and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, amazing that Jeffro was able to actually match the paint and paint them up to match our vehicle too. Yeah, it's impressive.
It really is great when you can do all those little details just to make it really nice in the end result.
Awesome. Well, great job, mate. And again, you're a master at this. Your attention to detail, second to none. And
thank you.
Yeah, just appreciate your skill set, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much. We aim to please.
Yeah, good man. Okay, Rob, fortunately, you pop into McCormax every so often to do the window tinting on any of the vehicles that are coming through, so I wanted to give you a shout out. And your business is called Mobile Window Tinting.
That's right.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about the product that you've used?
Use Solar Guard, Supreme and ceramic film.
Yeah, okay.
Has a lifetime warranty. Does cutting out 60% of the heat, 99.9% of the UV rays.
Wow.
Got clear film over the privacy glass that comes from the factory.
When it's called ceramic, where does that part of the name, is that actually in the material?
So it's a ceramic base film.
Yeah.
Like triple layers of polyester with a layer of ceramic through the middle of it. And it cuts out a lot more heat and it's a lot thicker in material.
Yeah.
Higher scratch resistant coating.
Wow, okay.
It's a clear ceramic film.
Yeah.
So now it cuts out UV and heat.
And watching you apply it, mate, that's a lot of Windex you're using. Is that what you use?
No, I use just a soapy water solution.
Yeah, okay. And then you're able to just to manoeuvre it around.
Manoeuvre it around so you can get all the air bubbles out and then finish it to the edges. Custom fitted on the top of the windows that wind down.
Excellent. How long have you been in business?
28 years.
Fantastic. You got a website?
No.
Got any social media?
No.
Mate, so it's just word of mouth. Good on you.
Very well known all over Brisbane, from Caboolture to Ipswich to the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast.
All right. Well, best way for people to get in touch with you?
Mobile. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right.
And McCormax Auto.
Yeah. All right. I'll make sure I put your number on the screen. Thanks, mate.
Great. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share our channel. And if you'd like more information on full-time RV travel and living, visit our website, thefeelgoodfamily.com. There you'll find loads of free resources, our weekly podcast, caravan cooking recipes, our monthly magazine articles and much more. We look forward to seeing you next week. Take care of yourself and your family, and happy trails.